I actually only met Lisa about maybe 6 weeks ago, but it feels like I've known her my entire life already. You know, when you feel like you go beyond like lifetimes and you feel like you've been soul sisters from another mister for a long time. Well, we happened to be sitting next to each other at an event about 6 weeks ago, and we just gelled, and I fell in love with her instantly. She is full of life and has the most amazing story to tell. Now, Lisa believes that people give up on their dreams too easily, and they live their lives in a way that they don't love because they don't believe in themselves, all the possibilities that are awaiting them. But she knows it really doesn't have to be this way. And as a result of all of the incredible experience that Lisa has built up over the years, she's found a way to live her dreams, to fulfill her passion as an equestrian by working for herself, which enables her to be there for her family, which is a big thing for her. How many of you would love to build a business, a dream business? Give me a hashtag dream business if you want to build a dream business, one that makes you money doing what you love, but also gives you the time back for you to be able to spend it with those people that are near and dear to you. Well, after so many years of doing that for herself, she's now guiding other people to do that same thing. And her vision is to build a global movement that inspires people to live lives they love and pursue their dreams effortlessly. Guys and girls, I've got a bit of a song for the lovely Lisa. So do join me in giving her a lovely warm welcome to the RippleFEST stage. Dreams really come true. Lisa, come and join us up on stage. We've got the lovely Lisa. Let's get that. Everybody wave to the audience. You are all on camera right now. We've got a double Lisa. We should let the world know there's real trouble coming. Right, Lisa, let's get you up on the screen. Whoa, we've got a bit more Gabrielle than I thought we would have, but who doesn't want to dream infinitely? So Lisa, if you could look just to your left, because we are here on the left. It looks like you're looking at the corner. It looks like you're looking into the corner of a room. And you're also muted. So hang on, let's...
Oh, yeah, okay, right. That's the problem, because I have double trouble, right? Between my arms.
Is there any way that you're able to turn your camera so you're facing us?
I am. I'm on my phone. I'm actually on my phone. Oh, okay. You're looking at the wrong picture. How can that be?
Because you're speaking and it's picking up your...
Okay, if I look at you like this, are you seeing me now?
Yes, we're now seeing you.
That's so weird. Anyway, it's fine. Oh, God, that's great.
We are live. We're live. The lovely Lisa. Lisa, tell us, you know, you've got a really big vision. And I know that you've gone through phases of, certainly just even in the last couple of weeks, you joined the Ripple Makers Mastermind about 3 weeks ago. Yeah. And just in that time, I've seen you do what I did and what so many other people do, which is go, yeah, I'm really excited and I'm going to do this and I'm into it and I'm going to build this. And then someone says something and you go, fuck, can I really do this? And you start questioning yourself. And then we get in the mastermind and go, yes, you can do it. It's like, yes, I can do it. And then someone else says something and it's like, fuck, can I do this? And it's like this massive roller coaster, right? How many of you know what I mean? How many of you know what we're talking about, right? So Lisa, I want to know, how did you get to the point where A, you were living your dream life, and B, where you're now teaching others to do it? So share with the audience who don't know you. Tell us a little bit about who you are and why you do what you do.
Of course. So I was a really bright kid who worked out really early that I wanted to ride horses. I loved my horse. I would cycle 45 minutes in the cold every day to see my horse. And, you know, I was committed. But every time I told my teachers, my career tutor, the college tutor, they turned around and said to me, yeah, that's nice, but you're never going to make any money out of horses. So you need to do something sensible. And after many, many, many attempts, they convinced me that I should go to business school and I should become like a business guru. And then I can afford my horses. That's how I worked it out. Like, okay. So I actually got a job as a Lloyd's broker in London. And I went and every day I commuted 2 hours each way because I live in the country with my horses, right? And I didn't see my horses because I was getting up at 7. I was leaving at 7. I was getting back at 9. And after a few months of this, I sat looking out the window going, this can't be what life should be like. This cannot happen. And so began a journey where I changed everything about. Everyone told me I needed to be a sensible career person, and I refused to believe it. So I changed my life. I got $1,000. I flew to Los Angeles and I said, I'm going to start an adventure. I'm going to go find the gold in life. I'm going to create a life that I want. Now, I didn't know how to do that. I didn't even know such a thing was possible, but I knew I wasn't going to do this job thing in London. So the only thing I needed to do was change everything. So I got on the plane and change my environment. First step to changing a life. It's going to change something else outside of you. So I actually moved myself somewhere else. So my influence, my environment was different. And there's a long story, I haven't got time for it now. But what actually happened then is I went on a journey and I met lots of different people who kept, like, they were almost like actors in a play. Like my life was a play, and there were actors coming in and each one would like give me another piece of the jigsaw, another piece of the jigsaw. And I was in a really abusive marriage, as it so happened. And I wasn't riding, even though I was trying to live my dreams. I was a model. I was doing these other cool things, right? But I hadn't forgotten the horses. And when I was in an abusive relationship, I started to miss the horses. And I went out and I found some horses. I got riding again. And it was almost like, whoosh, my dreams came right back. And I kept hearing, but you can't do that. You can't do that because horses don't make money. So don't forget that silly dream. Forget that silly dream. But I had some therapy because I was in an abusive relationship, right? So I'm having therapy. And she goes, what do you love? I said, I love riding. I love horses. She said, why aren't you doing that? I said, oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. And she encouraged me. She was the last piece of the jigsaw. And she encouraged me to actually get back, I put up a business card. I put an ad in the magazine. And I started selling myself as a horse trainer once again. I'd done a little bit when I was younger, but I started to rebuild that career. And when I left my husband, and I lived in the garage with a Labrador, I literally left my husband, had to run and hide. I lived in a garage because I had no money. I restarted this. I had this business and it grew and it grew. And long story short, I ended up training. I have 7 horses now. I've trained and taught, and I do a professional horse search business on the side now. So I took my love and I made it support me. My son, I was a lone parent. I raised my son alone, put him in private school, all through monetizing my passion. And that taught me that if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Well, I mean, you have this massive mission to empower people through the courses, the community that you're building, the coaching that you're delivering, so that they can live their life and love their life without compromise. But like, what was one of your greatest oh fuck moments in business where you were like living this amazing life and everything's going well, and just like all of us, something, you know, shit hits the fan? How did you navigate that? Like, what's one of those moments that you can share with us that we can learn from?
Well, one of the biggest turning points in my life, and oh shit moment, was actually a really sad one. My mother died. And my life was supported partially by my mother. I made all this money, but I didn't buy a house. I didn't make a pension. I just played with the horses, bought more horses, trained my horse. I had a very wonderful life. And I wasn't expecting my mother to die at 74. And I lived with my mother. So literally the day she died, my brother came up to me and he said, right, you're going to have to get a job now, aren't you? And get rid of your horses. And hit me. Yeah, it hit me like a block. I mean, we didn't have a great relationship, as you can tell. And he was just gloating over it. And I thought, this is the time. I have to change everything now. I have to take it up a gear. And so I actually started a journey of how to take my horse business online. This is how I got into coaching. It's kind of a roundabout journey. So I learned how to be online. I learned about Facebook and Instagram. And then I realized, as I was talking to my own coaches, I kept realizing, well, what I really wanted to do was help people live their dreams, because that was so important to me, because people give up on their lives. I have so many friends, and we had so many dreams. I did mine. Most of my friends didn't. They got married, got kids, got mortgages, and they just said, oh, I can't ride and I can't travel to Fiji, and I didn't write the book because I had one girlfriend, I haven't got time to put makeup on, I'm so busy. looking after the family. And I just thought, and actually she died of cancer not long after that, which is, I'm not saying it's related, but that was her level of stress. She was so not living her dream. And I then started, like, can I do this? Can I actually help people? So I started to meet incredible people who were changing people's lives. You know, they were helping them get over domestic violence. They were helping people make money. They were helping people get over all sorts of traumas. And I thought, wow, you know, this coaching business is amazing. What can I do? Yes, I can help people to create a life design blueprint so that, see, people don't live their dreams because they think it's not possible. They're like, I can't do that. It's no longer possible. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too old. I'm not clever enough. Or it's been done 1,000 times. They don't know. They make the decisions out of not understanding what's possible. So with my work, I help people realize who they are, what they want, because if you truly want something, you can have it. And then but that's not enough. Like, truly wanting something, but how do I do it? You need some help. You need a guide. You need someone who takes you through the journey. And so that's what I do. And I'm now realizing I've changed my life. I can change hundreds and hundreds of lives. And I want to change the world. I want everyone to understand living your dreams is possible. I had someone say to me, oh, yes, that's a strange industry to work in. That's not real. You know, living your dreams. It is real. You know, everybody who you think has actually achieved something they want and living their dreams. There's millions and millions and millions of people that do it, but it's actually sort of like 5% of the humanity, because so many, 95% give up. You know, 9 out of 10 business owners fail. You know, 85% of coaches fail.
I can imagine, like, how many of you watching this now, and by the way, make sure you tag all your friends in, people that you know in the group, tag them, let them know that we're live. How many of you have done that, where you've gone for something and then you've pulled back, and then maybe you've gone for something and then you've pulled back, and it's taken you maybe 2 or 3 years to get where you are now, even though you had the idea all those years ago? And I can imagine that that's been a real journey for you, Lisa. So tell us a bit more. We've got a couple of minutes before I'm going to bring the lovely Yoka on. So what one thing would you say to anybody that's building a business right now? What would you say to them? What would be your one sage piece of advice?
My one sage piece of advice is, when you're starting a business, know what you want to do, work out, do your market research, and then commit and attempt to win. But if you fail, you just start the next business. And if you fail at that business, you start the next business. So it's very important to never give up. There's one gentleman I know, he decided to create an offer on something called ClickFunnels. It's a way of marketing. And he created 16 offers. He was determined to make 100,000 easily and quickly. He did 16 offers, and he was like, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. Do you know what? His 17th offer, he made $250,000 when he got it right. And that's just a kind of weird, quirky example. But it is that whatever you're doing in your business, don't give up. Just get up. That didn't work. Get up and do it again, and do it again until you find what works.
Do it again. Amazing. Well, so you've created the Dream Life Blueprint, and that's something that you've been building as we've been going. Just before we go, for those people that are watching now that are wondering, what is it like to be part of the Ripple Makers Mastermind? What would you say to them?
It is the most incredible, extraordinary support group that I've ever met. Now, I've been on this journey at least 5 years in the online space, and I have spent well over, like, almost 6 figures in investment. This isn't anywhere near, like, this is just the most incredible, loving, supportive, and the information and the wealth of resources is incredible. And it's just the best. It is the best. It's the best value, and it's the best information. And Sammy is the most wonderful person. She is like a soulmate already, as she said, and I love her to bits. And when you get to know her, you will see what I mean.
Lisa, thank you very much. That was quite a risk asking you that, because I actually didn't know what you would say, but I'm glad I took that risk. Lisa, I love you. I love what you're building. I can't wait to see the Dream Life Blueprint out there. You've got your taster session. Just tell people, how can they access your taster session to come and find out more about the Dream Life Blueprint?
Well, you can find me on Facebook, and I have a book called I'm Lisa Hamilton Smith on Facebook, and I think probably there'll be a link somewhere, we'll put it down somewhere later on.
Well, Lisa, if you can make sure you go into the group and do that.
I'll go into it and put my link in. And if you join my group, then you can find out how to chat to me, or just reach out to me on Facebook, Lisa Hamilton Smith on Facebook. So I'm easy to find because I'm actually Lisa Hamilton Smith, so there's not so many of us.
I love that. Niasha has got a hashtag commit. Absolutely. Judy loves horses as well. Lovely to see so many of you commenting under the in the comments there. Thank you to each and every one of you for showing up. Lisa, thank you so much for showing up for us today, for saying yes to being a ripple maker, for, you know, even today on the mastermind, you joined today and we're like, you know, something happened at the weekend and, you know, I'm feeling like, can I do this? And we're all like, yes, you can. And look at you now, you're on stage. And that's the thing, isn't it? When you've got people around you that are packing your parachute, that sometimes have more belief in it than you do, even when you just have that moment, that's when you need people that are there to help you take that next step. So I'm so 100%. Proud that you jumped in. Yay!
Thank you.
Give it up for the amazing Lisa Hamilton Smith. I'm very excited to see where this incredible entrepreneur is going.